Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays Prison Architect. Middling results, shall we say, recently in the Prison Architect game that we've been playing. I've been thinking about, in the near future, maybe selling our prison and starting a new one with the money that we would earn, which is around 240,000. We'll consider it. I mean, that would allow us to build a huge prison, of course. But, do you need medical attention? Is that your problem? Yes. We'll stick with this for a little while. I think I've just kind of, like, financially put ourselves in a bit of a weird spot here. So, what are the problems with our prison? Thank you, by the way, for the feedback that a lot of people have given me. This door, somebody tweeted me and said, hey, this should really be a staff door because your prisoners that are escaping love that door. I'm not 100% sure that that's the case, but I've got an idea. There is an exports area right here. Why don't we, well, I mean, I guess if they wouldn't get stopped earlier, they won't get stopped by this, but maybe it makes a small bit of sense to throw in, like, a miniature airlock type thing here, so they can put deposits out here in that little, like, miniature exports block, and then we'll also have the staff door there, so if they try to escape, at least maybe staff can get to them in time. Alright, another thing people complained about, kitchens are too small. We'll deal with that in a second. There's a more easy solution to a different problem. People said, put some beds in your staff room. That's why staff are getting so exhausted, because they don't have enough time to sleep. So by putting those beds there, that should hopefully make our staff a little bit less exhausted. Now, we are making decent money, but we're going to have to... Let's just keep this going here for now. We're going to have some days without incident if we're going to, you know, make any serious money and actually be able to buy some land, because that's what we're suffering from right now is, you know, we can build a foundation down here, but pretty soon we're going to reach our capacity for this prison. How many janitors? Only 4 janitors? You know what? We need, like another 2 in here, I'd say. Even though it does cost us some money. Now, let's pause for a second here. Needs. Food is becoming an issue and recreation is becoming an issue. Is it possible that our yard, in spite of all these incredible weight benches that I've put out here, is not good enough? Or, I remember building this common room, maybe not enough prisoners have decided to use this common room. The way that we could deal with this is we could make this room into, like... Oh, I can already hear the fighting. Let me guess, it's in the canteen. Yeah, here we go. Here come the tasers. 1 death today. Alright, and there goes our income. Alright, it seems to be taken care of. But yeah, we could, like, maybe blow out this wall and turn this into a second visitation room. And maybe just expand on this common room up here. But it'll take people longer to get there, I guess. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. So let's go on, like, speed 2 for now. And we'll... Materials, demolish walls. Demolish walls was also my favorite character from the Key and Peele College Bowl sketch. But in any case, we're going to blow out this wall and then we'll get it all sorted out. We weren't doing anything with this space anyway, so I say we make a second visitation room. Hopefully it works out. Am I going to make this a morgue? Do I not have a morgue yet? Why did I make this? Sometimes you know, like, because I record these episodes in batches, which shouldn't be a controversy. We'll dismantle these because we'll use them later. And this is going to be a visitation area, so we'll get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, and we'll replace that. But we'll get it all dismantled first. And then I play Prison Architect after, you know, in my downtime when I'm just relaxing because I am a big fan of the game and I'm trying to get a little bit better at it. And, what are you doing in here, Chang? Oh, you're a confidential informant. It looks like you're doing something that maybe I'm not such a huge fan of here. Are you, like, stealing something? I mean, I know that's not necessarily what it might have looked like, but, we'll also dismantle this. We always need staff doors, so we won't dump it. And we'll replace this with a regular door in a second. But first, visitation tables, which are kind of expensive. But yeah, and then I come back after the, like, playing recreationally and, you know, reading up on the game and learning some, and I say, oh, I'm an idiot. Why did I do this way? Visitors tables I always find so difficult to find. 300 bucks each, so it's gonna be quite expensive. It's like a day's wages right there. We can put 3 more in the middle there if we want to, but let's just, you know, keep this as it is for now. So there has only been 1 death today. I'll treat that as like a small positive. Who did die anyway? Is there any way to check on that? Like, maybe not. Let's see how our airlock is working here. It seems okay to me. but I might be a little crazy there. By the way, thank you for everyone who told me also that to build 10 superior beds, we actually need to get a forestry program set up. So we might just, like, fence this area off, put gardeners here, because gardeners actually allow us to plant more trees, and then, you know, we'll get the wood from the forestry program. In fact, let's pause temporarily and take a look at this, because I've never used the forestry program before. But I understand that it's important, especially for financial reasons. Well, we can't really mouse over it and do anything. Okay, well, it's cheap, and we're not going to expand anytime soon. If we are, we're going to need to buy land in the process. So let's set up a small forestry program and just see if this, I mean, it might not be that small, but we'll see if this can work out for us. So we're going to install fences like here, and they're going to go out to the edge of the wall, like so. And then we'll have like a gardener stationed out there. And the thing that I think this last update did, I know we're getting like 2 weeks on from Alpha 25, so it should stop being novel to me sometime soon, but the thing that it really did is make it so that even if your prisoners' needs are taken care of, they still go crazy. Or violent, at least, which is frustrating, but at the same time I think was necessary for the game, but I wouldn't be surprised in Alpha 26 if it gets toned down just a little bit, or maybe I'm just bad. I'm not totally sure. So people are getting fed relatively well. Who's eating right now? Maximum security. How many maximum security do we have? 13. Surprising amount. 2 prisoners are due for release soon, so I'm actually going to maybe allow normal risk prisoners to come in. Yeah, 8 will arrive in a few hours. Every cell has water. That's the only thing that really matters. So we'll designate this as our forestry area. This might be too big, but hey, better safe than sorry. Why does it... It's failed because it's not outdoors. Oh, there we go. It's been figured out now. And we'll install just a regular... Do we need like a regular door, then staff door? I'm not sure. We could install like a perimeter wall around this. Let's just keep it fenced in for now. We'll keep some guards stationed like here at the perimeter to hopefully keep prisoners from escaping. But that's just a regular door. And then we'll also hire like a second gardener out here. What are you putting down there? Install tree. Alright, the jobs have been queued. This is awesome. Do we have to go to deployment to actually get prisoners to work? No access. Well, we'll wait for that to be taken care of. And prisoners are being fed reasonably well. Hey, 80% of prisoners have now passed the foundation education course. Is it starting again? Yeah, it has to restart now. Only 31% pass, but we're getting dangerously close to actually having 15 pass. And then we can move on to our general education, which is probably going to take 100 years, but we could really use that money. By the way, we just lost a lot of money. Probably because trees are expensive. Expensive-ish, anyway. Oh, this is still designated as a common room, so we're going to designate this as a visitation room. That's my bad. I always forget. I thought it was yellow, but it might be green. Visitation. Oh, it's yellow. There we go. So that should be a little bit better. And then units will stop coming here and they'll come to this other common room. Yeah, which it actually seems like this one will help the recreation stat a lot more. Let's just, you know, anecdotally see. Recreation. It's being handled. Also, can we go to prison policy and maybe update the amount of food? Meal variety. I mean, they're already getting high meal quantity. So if there's a problem with them not getting fed, there's also a problem with sanitation considering, you know, you just walked through the canteen in the nude. But anyway, you know, they are prisoners. But we have a problem with, like, our supply chain management, basically, here, if not enough food is getting produced. Either we don't have enough chefs, or we, they're not being able to get the food from the deliveries area into the kitchen, cook it, and then get it to the canteen fast enough. Also, the canteen, we might be getting to the point where the canteen is a little bit too small. So maybe we'll build a second canteen at some point. So these guys are installing trees. I know we're in debt right now. I'm not super excited about that. I'm not going to buy anything in the meantime. Let's make sure that we got something good going on here. Yeah, okay, our capacitors are not going to overload or anything like that. Alright, deployment. How many people, jobs, can we install? Oh. Do we have to give them a program first to maybe get them ready? I don't think so. Hey, our drug treatment program is going pretty well. 100% of people have passed it. I hope that's not just hollow stats. I hope they've made meaningful changes to their lives. So, we have prisoners arriving in 8 hours. I am ready for them. 16 hours from now, we'll have enough money to, you know, maybe be in the black, but then we spend money on our reform programs. So maybe there's a grant we could take temporarily. We get a $10,000 bonus, or advance, sorry, for taking cell block D, but at the same time, we only get 20,000 when we finish it, and we've got to raise our prisoner capacity to 200. But let's take it. Let's get in the black so we can plant some more trees, because if this allows us to make superior beds, then the beds that we sell, we can get money out of. So, you know, you gotta spend money to make money. It's completely plausible that we have spent way too much money and will never make enough to recoup it. Like, it looks like our prison's profitable, but keep in mind I've spent like $200,000 of taxpayers' money. I mean, I'm providing a service as well, but, you know. Also, another thing that people pointed out is, let's get some more dog patrols going here, if possible, because that is how, like, drugs are getting around our prison. I don't know if we have enough dogs, but we'll at least get it set up so that, well, we put, like, a dog there. And we should put, like, a dog here. And we probably don't have enough dogs. We have 4 kennels and 3 handlers. Maybe 4 handlers. But some of the dogs are sleeping. I'm not sure if we need more handlers or more kennels. But we'll keep it cool for now because, you know, money's been a little bit of a sore spot for us thus far. So, time will tell if this prison is set up properly. But at least we have new prisoners arriving. And I feel like everything's gone relatively okay. Still don't understand why our workmen just kind of hang out in the storage room, but so be it. Let's check on our needs quickly. Food is still consistently not great. Recreation is in a dangerous spot, but we can always install more stuff in the common room. I think it's big enough for these units to come in here. Alright. Our prisoners are arriving. Let's see who we got. In the back here, he's got a reputation. 1 year DUI. You're stoical, Dan Denning. Duncan Marewood, you do have a reputation. I'm checking mostly for, like, legendary prisoners. Ed Cantaflo. That's not Cantaflo, that's Cantlow. He'd be very bad at limbo. Ed Young. No special prisoners today? No, okay. Just, normal bios, unfortunately. I really like throwing myself into those, user-created bios when I get a chance. How many guards do we have? 23. That might be too many. That's, like, one reason why our prison's probably not making a whole ton of money. Needs relatively taken care of. Okay, seriously, if you're in protective custody, don't walk through the canteen. I need like a second canteen for productive custody only. There's still a lot of like to-do list here for our gardeners. I wonder how long it takes trees to actually mature to the point where they're useful. I do not know. Oh man. These cells, these are the cells that I don't like. I really should have replaced those, or at least, like, dismantled them and moved them. Whatever, though. We should do a shakedown sometime soon, now that we're at capacity, more or less. We'll turn off new prisoner intake. And if we could have a day without incident, oh, I would be so happy. I mean, obviously, we're going to find drugs, homemade shanks, maybe have an escape attempt or something like that. But if we could just have one freaking day with no murders... that would be a good head start for our prison to be more reformed in the future. Hey, we just made $210 from exports. I hear some tasers. Is it always the canteen? It's anytime prisoners have the capability... yeah, here we go. Anytime prisoners have the capability to, like, mix and mingle with one another. I'm disappointed. We didn't have an incident. Spent more money on trees. We didn't have an incident, but still, that's frustrating. We need to, like... can we just expel our maximum security prisoners? I just want normal, non-violent prisoners. That's what I want out of this prison. But it hasn't worked out so well for us so far. We can't really set up one guard in the shower unless we have a patrol. So let's set up one guard to patrol in the showers. This is the job that nobody wants. And we'll also have one guard get set up here. And on deployment for our guards, we could really use, like, some being in the canteen permanently. I thought I already had this, but I guess not. So, we might need to hire more guards to make this happen, but sincerely, you know, we don't need that many. Sincerely, we should have guards in the canteen at all times, just kind of patrolling. Do we need to hire more guards or just have less patrols? Because having one in the canteen just seems like a no-brainer to me, but I might be mistaken. Let's hire, like, one more guard. No? Alright. There we go. He's already being used for something. Let's hire another one. There we go. 25 guards. Hopefully this allows, like, people to rest but still be able to do their damn jobs. And dare I say, you know, if we take a couple of episodes, get ourselves a working prison at nearly 100% capacity, get this forest program going, we could be in a pretty good spot. Speaking of which, deployment. Guard patrols. We are going to need to have a guard patrol the forestry area. If we don't, we're going to end up with a serious problem on our hands. Guards in here? We really can't have an unsupervised canteen, that's the thing. We could put an armed guard in the canteen, because that seems to be where we're having a few problems. I wonder if that would suppress them too much, but we could actually... I would rather have them so suppressed that they don't want to work, than have them not suppressed so they're actually, like... I mean, you're fine out here. Have them not suppressed so they, you know, are constantly freaking rioting. Yeah, so you know what? We'll put an armed guard right there. Welcome to the canteen. You did this to yourselves. Never forget that. I didn't want it to be like this, but this is how it is. Some of these trees are... Oh, that's a cute job. I do want to install some lights outside. They're only 30 bucks each, so let's install some. 2, 3, 4. Well, it's gonna take a while to actually get this done. We probably don't have electricity out here to begin with, and this is gonna be surprisingly expensive. We are gonna install like $1,000 worth of lights, but at the same time, well, maybe even more than 1,000. I think it's a prudent necessity if we're gonna actually see what the heck is going on out here. Plus, it just makes it look better, as opposed to being completely dark. I don't know if it makes our workers more efficient, but it makes it possible for me to see what's going on, which I think is kind of nice. Now, presumably, if they're cutting down trees, they are going to be using tools. So we should install a metal detector to make sure they don't take the tools back in. We had a day without incident, so we're actually going to build our monetary bonus ever so slightly. And does the grid get out here? Not even close. We'll build it out like that. That's making my, you know, fake OCD tickle a little bit here. But it'll be okay. You guys never managed to install... Oh, that's not how I want it. Never managed to install those, huh? It's alright. Okie dokie. Is our armed guard here? He totally is. Yes, suppress the crap out of them. That is fine by me. Oh, it's morning already. I thought we were actually in, like, the middle of the night. 19 prisoners have serious complaints. I'm in prison, I'm in prison. I'm not trying to make fun of the plight of prisoners, you know? Not everyone who's in prison is guilty, and even if they are, they don't necessarily deserve terrible treatment. That's more of a political issue than I really want to discuss, but at the same time, my main problem with them is the fact that they're starting shit and, you know, murdering people. If they could not murder people inside of my prison, I don't control what goes on outside. That's for society and the police and the justice system to handle. All I can control is what goes on in my prison. And in my prison, if you could not murder somebody, we're not going to have a problem anymore. That's what I say about that. Spending a lot of money on tasers, but our taser program is going pretty well. Speaking of which, when can we stop running our taser program? 24 guards have passed. I don't think we need all 25 guards to have tasers. Let's stop that, and that will allow us to roll our general education program here when we get enough people that have passed the foundation course, and when enough people are interested. Yeah, I think this is good. Plus, guards will stop kind of like being in our... Well, we should take them out of the classroom for now. Is this our only classroom? Oh, it is. So we don't need to take our guards out of the classroom. We'll keep both of them in there. But this will give us a situation where guards aren't getting certified for tasers constantly, so hopefully they have more free time to actually do their jobs. Hey, trees are growing. Deployment, jobs. Why can't I assign prisoners to work. Maybe the gardeners cut it down? That doesn't seem right, though. Again, utilities. Oh, not utilities. Objects. Metal detector. It's $1,000. That's like a quarter of the money I make on a daily basis, but it's worth it. Maybe. Do we need to go through... I still think there's like some kind of certification program I'm missing. Workplace safety. Nothing there. Kitchen safety, okay. Carpentry apprenticeship. What happens when you pass? They can make high-quality wooden items. We've only had 2 pass. Oh, I hear some not-so-great stuff that's gone on. General education, what happens when you do it? Well, you're probably just reformed. More reformed, at least. Behavioral therapy. I don't know. We're gonna, we're just gonna let it go here, and I'll ask on Twitter, because we are getting close to the end of the episode anyway. So, I just lost $1,000, which to me, like 1,000 daily cash flow, which to me means that we have a riot somewhere. Here we go. Yeah? Let's check our finances. Days without incident. 0.0. Yeah, well, at least nobody escaped or died. We can consider that kind of a positive, I'd say. We haven't always been so lucky. How much are we making on exports on a daily basis anyway, if we look at finance? 640 bucks a day? That's not so bad. That's more impressive than I thought it would be, to be 100% honest with you. Now, we are going to need a bigger canteen. That's on my to-do list. It would be nice to get our forestry program up and running. But again, I'll ask about that. And what are the needs? Because prisoners, they're not rioting, I think, due to their needs anymore. Their needs are mostly being taken care of. I think they're rioting due to just being riotous. I think one thing I could do is maybe install like another serving table. This is like nightmare fuel for what a prison would look like. This canteen is just a disaster. That being said, I don't think it matters. I don't think they care if they're being like too cramped in the canteen as long as they can get food. I may be mistaken in that though. I'm just waiting for our workmen to hopefully come and install that. But I guess they're still installing some of the electrical equipment here. They got to be getting pretty close to the end. Is our workman coming through there? I don't know. Man, there's a lot of trash here. I almost feel like we should have maybe a couple more chefs too. We have 6 right now. Let's put like 1 more in here. Maybe like just like 2 more in there. Because I don't think they can actually make do with this kitchen because it's so small. I thought our other kitchen was big, but apparently not. Alright, well it's 9 p.m. To be honest with you, I think we had an okay day even though a prisoner did die. This is not an okay day if you're in like a prison in real life. I'd imagine that would be a relatively big deal. I would hope at least. But for us, I think it's okay. It's progress. So that's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Thanks again for the incredible amount of support you guys have shown this series so far. I'm having a fun time playing the game. Hopefully we can kick off with this prison a little bit more with this forestry program. Otherwise, maybe we end up selling it. We did get an extra $10,000 in value here, but hopefully we end up in a good position with this prison. But if we had to sell it to make a better one, hey, so be it. Let's also look at our grading. 37% reoffending rate. Could be better. Health of our prisoners pretty bad. 7 deaths in custody. That's not great either, but thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. There will be new episodes every single day. I'll see you then.